what men don't understand about equality. You think equality means splitting the bill. Women live in a society where equality has never existed in the first place.
Becca Bloom commented on my TikTok, which is great. I want discourse because she posted a video talking about equality, and I just think the elephant in the room is that you're a billionaire. So what do you know about equality?
Okay, so we need to talk about how Becca Bloom completely destroyed her own image, because this was not a slow fade. This was a full-on public spiral. She really went from rich girl guilty pleasure to why is she talking again? And I'm not even exaggerating. The internet did a full 180. And here's the thing. People never hated her for being rich. That was literally the appeal. We liked watching the chaos, the insane hauls, the casual, I redecorated my apartment again energy. It felt dramatic in a fun way. Now it feels different. And a lot of it started bubbling up after her gender inequality video. You could tell she meant well. She was trying to have a serious conversation, but the way she talked about it while living in extreme luxury accidentally opened a whole other discussion about financial inequality. And suddenly people were like, okay, but girl, do you hear yourself? It wasn't that the message was wrong, it's that it felt disconnected. And instead of reading the room, she decided to double down. She responded to criticism in ways that made people feel talked down to. And when your entire brand is built on being the fun, rich girl that we can all live through, the second that stops feeling fun, that's when the image cracks. And right now, it's shattered.
Guys, I can't believe there's over 300,000 of you guys listening to me yap every day. Frankly, I don't get the hype, but I'm so honored. I still have no idea what I'm doing on this platform, so I really appreciate you guys teaching me every single day.
So if you're new here, Becca Bloom is that TikToker who treats five-figure purchases like they're impulse buys at Target. I am not joking. She once bought an entirely new laptop because the case she liked didn't fit the one that she already had. She was basically rich auntie energy, but make it TikTok. Over the top, dramatic, slightly ridiculous, but entertaining.
The majority of my watch and jewelry collection are actually stored in a bank vault, but I needed this blue watch for an upcoming event this weekend, so I thought, while I have this particular box, why not show you guys some of the Patek Philippe's that I have.
And then it started going left, because people stopped seeing it as cute luxury and started seeing it as, why are you doing this right now? We're in a time where people are budgeting groceries down to the dollar. Rent is insane, and she is casually showing things that cost more than someone's yearly rent like it's a Tuesday. And it's not even about her having money, it's the timing. It's the way it's presented. It started feeling tone deaf. And we really need to talk about the cat, because this is where people really lost it. She's in this massive kitchen, full private chef setup, and she's making this full gourmet breakfast for her cat. I'm talking quail eggs, sushi grade salmon, caviar, edible flowers, plated like it's a Michelin star restaurant for the cat.
Some salmon roe caviar for seasoning. I'm not gonna put too much of it because I don't want to overwhelm him. Freeze-dried codfish, which I'm just gonna sprinkle. Oscar's not gonna eat these, but for presentation we have some edible flowers.
And the comments were not playing nice. One comment literally said, your cat eats better than most people in the world. And that comment kind of sums up the whole shift, because that moment didn't feel fun or campy anymore. It felt excessive in a way that people couldn't laugh at. Which brings us to the equality video that she was proudly talking about. So Becca posts this serious sit down talking about gender equality, men, women, splitting bills, how society isn't fair, all that. And to be fair, some people agreed with parts of it. They were like, okay, she's not wrong about everything.
Women live in a society where equality has never existed in the first place. Women still only make 80% of what a man makes for the same full-time job. So when you ask for a 50-50 date, know that her 50% costs more of her income than it does yours. Second of all, women pay more just to exist in the dating world, about $400 a month just on on grooming and beauty. And that's not because they want to spend more, it's because they're held to the beauty standards that men built and judge them by. Not only that, women carry safety risk too. They are 2 to 3 times more likely to experience violence from a date. Men love to talk about equality, but not the part where you have to send your locations to your friends and carry safety weapons in your purse just to go to dinner with you.
But then the comments started getting real. One person basically said, "You're a billionaire. What are you doing to support these changes you talk about? Literally, how does this affect you?" And another comment that kind of went viral said, "This take is as deep as a Taylor Swift song. She's parroting the most basic takes while actively contributing to a system that oppresses everyone but the 0.1%, of which she is a part of." And instead of just responding calmly or ignoring it, Becca reportedly took that as cyberbullying.
What do you know about equality? All I commented saying was that, hey, can we have the same energy for equality and talk about redistributing your billionaire family's wealth? And apparently that's a cyberbullying comment. The irony of this was that her comment on my video was also in my folded comments.
Now, once she framed it as bullying, that's when people really started digging, because now it wasn't just about the video anymore. It turned into, okay, let's talk about your wealth then. Where did it come from? How did your family make their money? How did you get this rich in the first place? And where does the money actually come from? So here's what's known. Her parents, Simon Ma and Heidi Cho, co-founded a Chinese IT services company called Camelot Information Systems. The company went public in 2010 and at one point was valued at over $1 billion. That is not small money. Now, in 2011, the company was charged with security fraud. That case was eventually settled and Camelot is still around today. But once that detail started circulating online, people definitely raised their eyebrows.
Some of Becca Bloom's wealth was generated through fraud. They overreported the revenue employee. They overinflated their profits for the fiscal year of 2010. They overrepresented the amount of employees they had by an astronomical portion.
And of course, the next question became, is she actually that rich? There are TikTok detectives who swear some of her Hermes bags might be knockoffs. And I am not a luxury authenticator, so I'm not about to zoom in on stitching and pretend that I know. And honestly, even rich people wear replicas sometimes. But then you look at the houses. Yes, she lives in the Bay Area. She splits her time between San Francisco and Atherton. Most of her videos are filmed in her family's Atherton home, which is estimated to be worth around $20 million. And in other videos, you can see a place with the Bay Bridge in the background. That's not a green screen. She's posted full date nights in San Francisco too, shopping at Van Cleef in Union Square, dinner at Atelier Gren, the Symphony, and then driving back to the South Bay for ice cream at Scoop Myco Creamery. But here's the part that doesn't really add up. If she is truly that rich, why does she even want TikTok fame? Because let's be real, most billionaire families stay quiet on purpose. They don't want attention. They don't want people digging into their businesses. So why is she online filming luxury hauls like she needs the brand deals? That's the question people keep asking. Is it for attention? Ego? Is it just fun? Because money clearly isn't the motivation here. And the more she posts, the more people start wondering what the real goal is. Now, don't get me wrong, because people don't actually hate wealth. They watch luxury content all the time. What they can't stand is the attitude. And I think that's where Becca lost control of the narrative. It stopped feeling like fun escapism and started feeling like she was above the criticism. So now I need to know, do you think that Becca actually ruined her image, or are people being too harsh? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I know this one is going to be divided. And if you've been watching her from the beginning, tell me, when did this switch happen for you?